you have to first sort of step back and say, how is this year going to be different than last year? And different in that, did you have a kid? Did you get married? Did you change job? Or will you be changing jobs sometime this year? Or did you get a pay raise? Did you put more in your retirement account?
Yep.
There's so many variables that go into it.
Yep.
So you just got to say, okay, last year was last year. And how is this year going to be slightly different? May not be dramatic. It might be just really, really slight. But on the other hand, maybe you got married and you go, well, that's a big change between filing single as opposed to filing jointly potentially.
Or if you're a widow or divorced.
Somebody passed away, you got divorced. Sometimes it's not good things.
Yeah, so
definitely.
And there's also factors in if maybe you bought property, sold property. What if you're at a company where you had stock options and, those types of things can all come into play that might be different than you've had in the past, and you need to kind of work through and how is this going to affect the big picture looking forward.
Yeah. That sort of gets back to all those variables that could be occurring, right? And it's hard to rank them all or discuss them here. But things will change. And sometimes, as I mentioned, it'll be slight, and sometimes it's pretty dramatic. And the more dramatic it is, depending on the situation, is the more likelihood that you need to do some planning around that in this current year, not just waiting for the year to be over and going, what happened?
Yeah, and not only just thinking about your personal situations, what changed is a lot of times we have to factor in what tax laws have changed.
Yeah.
So when those come down the pike, it's a lot of times, and to be fair, we don't always get great guidance out of the gate when you have these tax law changes. So it's kind of starting to prepare for what does it look like if it's A, B, or C? Because, as we know, sometimes you get guidance after the tax season.
Sure. And the expectation is for 2025 that we'll see taxes will remain regulations and things like that will remain relatively same to 2024. Mm-hmm. But we do know that all the tax cuts that were passed in 2018 are going to sunset at the end of this year. It's highly likely that they pass a continuation of those going into 26 and on. But what are those changes? Are they just going to go, everything's the same? Or no, we're going to change things slightly.